Welcome to Candy Times. We are back again with the voices of the golden era. Everybody talks about the green machine, or well known as the Isipathana rugby team. But I think a few know that there have been legends who have paved the way for the green machine to be where it is today. And we are here with one of those legends, Mr. Ananda Saranapala. Welcome to Candy Times, Mr. Ananda Saranapala.
Thank you, Dilshani.
A little bit about Mr. Ananda Saranapala. Who is this? Everybody knows him to be a very straightforward person who talks his mind out, heart out, and everything. So today we are going to talk a little bit about him. So I found out that in 1965 you were the first official captain of the Isipathana College. Yes. And then you went on to play to Havelock's team, where you continued your rugby career there, and also coached several schools and Club Rugby as well. Yes. And also you have gone into refereeing, and you were one of the grade 1 referees.
Yes.
Yes. He has also been the president of the Sri Lankan Rugby Football Referees Society, and is also now serving as a member there. And he hasn't stopped his rugby career. He keeps on mentoring players, coaches, as well as referees. So let's go down the memory lane and see what he has to say. So once again, thank you for being with us, Mr. Saranapala.
Thank you for having me.
Right. So my first question to you. So this is a great history to be the first official captain of Isipathana College. So can you take us through why you went into rugby, what made you go, who was your role model, as well as coming into Havelocks? What was the deciding factor to come to the Havelocks club?
First, Dilshani, I will answer your first question, that is about Isipathana.
Yes.
How we came and how we are today. In 1965 was the year of inaugural, that is, we were in the affiliation. Actually, when we started in 65, you'll be surprised to know that we had no proper ground. And up to date, we don't have a proper ground. Then we didn't have rugby equipment. Then no protein, no medical facilities. Actually, it was purely on tap water to quench our thirst, and that's how we got on. So in that particular year, with all these, despite all these shortcomings, we managed to play 10 matches in the tournament. We won 7 of them. We lost to St. Peter's and St. Thomas's, very close. St. Thomas's 6-3 and St. Peter's 11-6. 11-6 on that. But we drew with Royal. That was the toughest CCC. So that actually that year motivated us to take a step forward, right, and go on, because we never expected such a vast crowd on those sort of, we were new to rugby. We never knew rugby. And from that day onwards, I thought that was the foundation for our rugby, Isipathana, and that is how we are today. We have been very successful. We have won so many trophies. We have been champions so many times. And also, we have produced number of Isipathana players for Sri Lanka. If you go through, I think we had the highest number, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, that was the start. And then the second question, I was, what made me join Havelocks? Well, Havelocks was just next door. So whenever there was a match at Havelock, we used to go as teenagers, watch these ex-players playing for Havelock, and we got interested. We were interested because basically we had cricket, we had football, and rugby was not there, but we were interested in rugby. So that kept us going, and then only we started while and before the 65, because Havelock was close by. And we were the passion was there for rugby to see them. So during the interval also, we used to play with the plastic bottles, empty plastic bottles, and so we carried. But then 65, 64, 63, 64 we played, but we were not competitive, just friendlies and things like that. So games like that. So, but in 65 was the year, I still believe that was the year we laid a good foundation, and I'm proud to say today we are the champions, and we can look up, and when we look around the clubs, it's most Isipathana playing for all the clubs. So the quality of rugby has improved, and I thank my school for giving us the opportunity to play, and even my squad of players during 65. They really worked hard towards it. I basically, unlike today, we didn't have any facility, like I mentioned earlier. It was good. It was really, and sometimes mind boggling, because when you play against sides like St. Thomas's and Royal and all, you walk into the field and no chance. But then we fought together. We had, like, as a squad. I think that spirit is still in the side. When they wear the green jersey, they get the courage. That's what I feel.
Right. It's actually nice. I think I felt that I was there in 1965 going back with you. And before, when we was talking to you, even now you said that out of 10 matches, coming in as newcomers, you all won 7 matches.
Yeah.
And before, I think when we had a chat, you mentioned about how Royal doubted your capabilities at the dressing room, and they said we'll pay 40 and then we'll let them go because this is waste of time. But you changed the minds of the doubters. And then you also said that y'all didn't have any facilities, but without facilities also, because of the passion you went through, you fought through. So I would like to know, what were your best memories during your school rugby career as well as the club rugby career?
Memories during school, of course, I'm very happy that we introduced this game to the rest of the boys in school and younger boys, and it didn't sort of die. It kept on. It kept progressing. So everybody was interested and became very, very popular. So that is one part I'm very happy. And the other thing is that our performance against those sides, although we lost to St. Thomas 6-3, it was a fantastic game of rugby at Havelock Park with a huge crowd. But anyway, at the end of it, we played well, but the better side won St. Thomas. So like that, those are memory. And drawing with Royal 3-all. Royal had the best side, like you mentioned before. In the dressing room they were talking about thrashing 40 points to 50 points. So I just looked at my mates and said, look here, we were taught to play this game in the true fashion. We go out of the field and show what we can do. They are kings of rugby, but we go to the field and show what we can do. And you could see the faces of all those guys. They were a little angry, I think, more than that. So it was fierce. First off, it was, my goodness, the tackling was so much, I never expected Royal. I don't think Royal expected that from us. But it was good, and actually we could have won that match, because last 5-7 minutes before the game, I can remember I broke through and gave my inside three-quarter Vijay Apa, who is no more with us today. He broke through and he gave the ball to the wing. He dummied his course and passed to the wing. And just near the line, he dropped the ball. So we would have beaten Royal then. So those are unfortunate things, but nevertheless, that's rugby. So he still calls me from Australia, and he says about that game of dropping the ball. He said, that is rugby, you win, you lose, you make mistakes, you have to go on with it. You have to rectify your mistakes and try and do better. I joined actually in 1966. I was the second Isipathana to join Havelock. First was Randy Peters. He was a good player. He joined Havelocks in 64, long before this became in the affiliation. So he joined Havelocks in 64, and he paired off with Himal Marland, dynamic, Canadian and 20 college, lovely guy. So he played, and he went on to play Sri Lanka also during that time. And that was that. Then I joined in 66. When I joined, my first game, actually my first game for Havelocks was against CRN FC. And CRN FC, when you say CR, it's a tough side, with players like Sari De Silva, Tony De Silva, Tony Sirimana, Agioma, Didacus De Almeida, you name it, my goodness, and just out of school. And I was chosen, I was surprised because I just came in, but then my coach was Larry Fernandez. He said, you are in the team and do your best. You don't have to worry too much. Then he said, I worry too much, I wonder why. Then he said, no, your coach is playing next to you. So that gave me courage. Maurice Silva, he was the coach, a wonderful coach, wonderful man. So that gave me courage. And in sort of during the game, that was another huge guy. I never expected playing school rugby and going to club is a huge leap, you know what I mean? So it was not easy. And I was thinking about this Sari De Silva, Tony Silva, they were fantastic players. So you had to meet them, So, so we kept on playing and, we were sort of, then my coach was always telling me, don't worry, you're doing good, don't worry like that. So at the end of the day, every time I got tackled, suddenly Tony Sirimana tapped me and said, welcome to Club Rugby. So things like that. No, but in good fun, so things like that. So anyway, ultimately, we did well, but we lost in the last moment there. Sari De Silva scored a try. The 3 points for a try and 3 points for a penalty those days. So we lost 6-3. So it was not too bad. I thought first time out against a massive club like CRNFC, and they were riding high. So they even after the match they came, well done. As a schoolboy, you did very well. So it just goes comments from Sari and them were sort of welcome. Even my coach put his arm around me and said, I was a bit nervous that you will be, I was more nervous than you, thinking that you get nervous, but you did your job then. But unfortunately, we lost the match 6-3. But that's rugby.
So, when speaking to you, we realized that you have had a wonderful attitude. Win or lose, learn from your mistakes, get up and fight back. And then even when you had like a very tough team like CR and FC, you didn't give up. You wanted to do your job, and even though you felt that you might lose, you went ahead with it. So that has been a wonderful attitude, I think. So how has your transition from club rugby, playing rugby, come to coaching and then refereeing? How has that transition come to play?
Actually, coaching came to me by accident, actually. But I love the game very much. But the next step was for me to coach. I think I liked it, but I was watching my gurus, and they were Maurice Silva, Larry Fernandez, Darling Gilton, and later on Gamini Fernando, and so I had a liking to coaching, and then this from the warden of St. Thomas's, I think Mr. De Alvis, he sort of my son was trying to get into one of the Columbus schools. So at that time, I tried to put into whatever. I asked him to go to my school or get the consent from the parents and mother also. They can born to both, no? So so then they decided to, okay, let's go to go to St. Thomas. We'll try St. Thomas. I said, okay, we'll go and see. Then we went for the interview to St. Thomas with the child. So at the interview, the warden told me, he looked at me and said, no problem, I can take your son, but on one condition. So I said, what is that, sir? No, if you come and coach our juniors, then I will, according to, because whatever said and done, he has done well in his school, previous school, but there's no problem where education is concerned, I will take him. From the other part of it, you have to do St. Thomas a favor. If you want your son sent St. Thomas, you do St. Thomas. I said, then he told me, you come and take our junior side. We are not done well in the junior, so why don't you? I said, okay, I'll try my best, sir, but I can't promise any result because I'm new. I'm at the moment, at that time, actually, I was coaching Lumbini. I got a break to coach at Lumbini. That is also through my friend S.W. Chen. Lumbini master in charge, I'm away from the subject, but Lumbini master in charge came to S.W. and S.W. sent into my house. Then he rang the bell. I said, no, I'm no coach. I'm just, No, sir. He said, Mr. Chang said that you are good, and then only how he started. So, but when I was trying to get into coaching at St. Thomas's, I was coaching Lumbini also. So I coached St. Thomas's in the Milo and won most of the matches. We won the trophy, Milo trophy, and that was against my whole school. So finals, Isipathana. So it was sort of embarrassment, but anyway, I'm doing my job. So anyway, we won the match, won there, and the warden was very taken up and very happy and things like that. That was my start at coaching. Then I coached Lumbini, meanwhile, and I brought Lumbini to the Premadasa semi-finals. And Lumbini was never heard of, but anyway, they were courageous players, they were determined, committed. So I took the challenge and did that. Then from there, what happened was, Gamil Fernando, I played with him 65. He said, Nana, why don't you take our junior side Havelocks? Because let us see what we can get from the juniors to the senior. I said, I don't mind, because you are involved with Rugby now, coaching, why don't you try? So I did that, and we won the trophy of the B division. So I said, okay, that's fine, that's enough. Then he said, no, that's not it. You better take over the coaching. And 92, I think it took after that. And we won. I mean, as a coach, my memories are that I cannot single out, but we won so many trophies, Dilshan. We won. I can't say that only Havelocks won many, 7-a-side and 1 or 2, I think, called league tournament and President's Trophy. And from there we went up again to went and coached some travel agents. 7-a-side, they won there. John Keys, after 20 years, they won the trophy. Then I had to coach bank side also won the trophy. Interbank, Reliance Bank. Then Aitken Spence had a trophy. There again, we won a trophy there, qualified. Then finally went down to Sri Lankan level, and then we won Sri Lanka, the Asia Cup regular, and as well as that trophy we won Asia, and and also went to Australia, Darwin, and we won that shield too. So all in all, it was fantastic. I really enjoy. I still think of the trophy. I look at the trophy and say but I never forget the junior, then under 16, where he started. It gave me a lot of courage, and and lots of the boys went and played for big clubs, and also Sri Lanka. So it was fascinating to see, such, once you were Lumbini, some of the boys Lumbini, they were brilliant, then they went on to play for clubs. And so it's like that. I enjoyed my coaching at Havelocks, and then after that, what happened was age was catching up, and I couldn't wait on the field. So then I became an advisor, the chairman of the advisory committee, and even up to date, they call me an advice and blah blah, all that things. I just still go there, because schools also I get involved in Isipathana thoroughly, and then from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 6, I am there at the ground looking at the ball. I was not in any committee, but I was overlooking at the request by the old boys. So I said, I cannot say no, because my school, that's where I learned my rugby, and whatever said and done, I still love my club and my school. And I'm happy man. So I always see that, that is rugby, and I must say that at the end of it, Deshani, I'm very happy for what I have achieved in life, as a rugby coach. Even as a player, I learned a lots of area that you had to learn about this game, and to carry on with the correct idea of playing rugby, the correct manner within the rules, and discipline was number one on it. Even school days, I had sort of, So I believe in that, and I'm still going on. So
we are learning a lot from you, actually, speaking to you. One is when one door closes, another door opens. So when you stopped playing rugby, you didn't. The opportunity presented itself for you to coach, and you started that, and then taking up a challenge, and also showing results, and being content with your results as well. So you said that many players went to play for rugby and even national level.
Yes.
And you didn't shy away from a challenge. You kept on, taking all the challenges and then putting out good rugby players out, as well as you still continue to give back to rugby, going as an advisor, and you haven't forgotten your roots. You haven't forgotten your school, you haven't forgotten
No.
where you started coaching. So that is really important for everybody nowadays to take up challenges and never give up. So you mentioned Mr. Morris Silva, as well as Gamini Fernando and several other names. So other than that, or with them, who were your role models throughout your life?
Yes, to be honest, on the day I joined Havelocks, I did my very best to get into the side because competition was so much, They had some brilliant players, quality players. But I never gave up because at that time we had from the whole three-quarter line of Havelocks was Sri Lanka line. You take Japana Javadan, Glenn Van Langenberg, the Ratnam brothers, Jeff and Dan, they were really good. And so many other good players. So I had to fight, and whatever said and done, I fought and got into the side. But although I was not a regular member, but I was in 4 title-winning squads. Under Gamini Fernando in 1965 we won the league. And 1967 we won the league. Then under Noel Broyer, 1968 we won the league. Then under Jeff Ratnam, 1970, and Desmond Harris in 1974. So when you go to see, I managed to somehow get into the squad and be in the winning squad. That was great, Then participation is something, So only 50, and not like now, there were no reserves. 15 go in, one gets injured, they had to play 14. There is no replacement, That was rugby there. So we also wait for a chance to get into the side, but hosting, people like Glenn and all out of the it's a dream. But there was a time then, like I would say, God showed me, okay, this is now you got a chance, we show. So I managed to play on 4 different positions for Havelocks. Fly half, center, fullback and wing 3. So I am happy with that, So there are times that every time somebody gets injured, coach said, there you go and play fullback. And it's not easy playing against a club like Sia. One match I can remember, I had to play fullback against Sia. There again at Havelock Park. So Sia, Mohan Saim, you would have heard Mohan Saim, and the crowd of Ray Bartholomew's. There again, Hamzi Hamid, huge crowd at the Havelocks also. And I was actually, I would have fainted there because first time I'm playing the fullback position and against a tough slide they see. So I said, Devaman, and I went to Isipathana, the courage is there. Come on, show your color. There, I went and played. And I did pretty well, and we won the match. So that was a great game for me. I'll never forget that match. It was great. And also playing with people like, the quality of people like Gamini Fernando, Noel Brohier, J. Rodriguez, Royden de Silva, Desmond Harris, William Ludovic, then Holden Bottle, Japana Javadana, Jeff and Dan, that was lovely to be with them and to play with them. That gives you inspiration, and they were not like, they were very nice. Although they came from different schools, we were united as a club, and we produced some good quality rugby that time, and we were happy. So at the end of the day, wherever you play, it doesn't matter fly off or center, you are representing your club. So I'm happy to say that apart from me, only Morris Silva has played on those positions. So I'm proud to say I have played, and not most people have played in those positions. Yeah. And he's against good clubs like CH, CH, Dimulla, those are good clubs those days, fantastic clubs, good rugby. And not only locals, there are foreigners playing there. CHS, I can remember Maurice Merinan, tough guy, So people like that, they are John Borders. So when you play against those, whatever the position you play, you're given to play, you are chosen to play, you have to represent. You see, like you earlier said, you have to have your heart and prove your capabilities. And that's what I learned from my school. That is, I thank my school for that.
It's very nice to know that you even see your opponents as your role models, and playing against them has taught you to be who you are today. And again, you go back to your school always and show that the strength and the courage is given by the school always. Given, if time permits, and given a clean slate, you are being able to play again, who will be on your side? They can be past players as well as the present players, but you can decide your team today.
To answer that question of the past players, I would love to play with the late 60s. That group of players, like I mentioned, Gamli Fernando, Breuer, Jeff Dan, Glenn, Japana, Gogi Tilakaratna, those are Shafi Jainuddin, Iran Fernando. To play among them was fantastic. And today, if I had to play, I will any day, I will choose that. But if you ask me about today, if I had to play for today's players, I would love to play next to Surya Bandara, then Akash. What a player. I wish I could have played like that earlier, in my younger. He is an amazing player. Then Dinal Ekanayaka, then Dange.
Dange, yes.
He is good. He's good. And about those four really, and Chaturanga. I think he's the captain.
Yes.
Flanker.
Chaturanga.
What a player. He is a fantastic player. I can't believe, so strong, and I would have loved to play with, especially Akash. At the center, if I was the flyer, if he was the center, or Surya flyer, if I was you can create so many opportunities while in attack, even defense. I have seen Akash. I think for me, it's wrong for me to say, but I think he's the best center we have in Sri Lanka. Definitely. He's a complete player. He has his attack, he has his defense. It doesn't matter, size doesn't matter to him, and that's what I like. Okay. Size doesn't matter to him, He will bring anybody even 3 times bigger than him, he will. He's so good. Yeah, now even CH has Janidu Dilshan. I'm very happy with his performance. He's good. Well, a player from the other clubs I love is Dure is good. He's good. Then the flyer of Nanakara, he's pretty good. From Sia, I like the way he plays. And then there's another guy called Pasindu is good. Then Havelocks, Janidu Fernando, all these names are confusing. Janidu Fernando and Jayatu Rajaratnam. Right. Those are fantastic players. They are class. They are good. They are not just one-off players. They continue to be there, and they perform very well. And I think all these guys can get into any club. They're so good,
So you are up to date about the game as well, because you know the names of the new players also, even though it's confusing. You also mentioned that you have seen Mushid Dore's father playing.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Yes, and so there is legacy there as well. So many players that you will have in your team, very good players.
Yes.
I think the coaching sense come into play here.
Yeah.
So Mr. Saranapala, how has the game changed from those days to today? And any message to the upcoming players?
You said about the game today. The game has changed. Leaps and bounds. They are right up there. Compared to when we played, and quality rugby. And I think that we have a very good, as Sri Lankan, I must say, we have a good group of players from our clubs, and I think it all depends on the hierarchy or the coaches who sort of take them up. But I am very proud actually to be part of the Sri Lanka rugby also involved, but that to say that the game has definitely gone up leaps and bounds. They're much better today than the previous years, during our time, I mean. Now, a child leaving school today to play rugby in club, it's a big change. It's a big change. It's not easy. Because physically you have to be strong. Definitely you have to be strong. Mentally you have to be strong, right? And your thorough knowledge of the game has to be there. You see, you play school and sometimes you come to club rugby, is totally different. You know, different employees, all these different coaches have different employees. You have to adapt to those. That's the truth. But the most important thing is the commitment and discipline. And endurance is, don't forget endurance. And if you don't have a proper, like 100% endurance, you cannot perform. Let it not necessarily be rugby, even tennis or anything you have to be 100% fit to perform. Otherwise, if you put your foot on the ground and you have to be 100% fit, then you can perform. But if you are 50-60% with a thigh injury, you cannot perform at your best. So you become a liability to the team. So that's what I said, endurance is very important, but commitment and discipline must go together. You play the game accordingly to the rules of the law, rules of rugby, and then don't deviate from that and go to other areas and trying to win matches at any cost. No, that's not not in my book. I don't like that. Play within the rules, and that's all. But discipline and commitment as for a schoolboy, and their skill level has to be developed, as well as physical structure and mental structure. So that's the advice I can give the youngsters today.
I think, Mrs. Saranapala, you gave some good points, but winning at any cost. Can you explain that a little bit?
Dilshani, I'm sorry to say, I do not accept that. Winning at any cost is not in my book of rugby. You develop a side. For example, school side, you develop such a way from the younger generation, and you teach them the laws of the game and how the game should be played, and within the rules, right? And respecting everybody, officials, the coaches, the public, everybody. When you set your foot on the field, you have to think of all that. Very important. So just because you want to win at any cost, you are not going to punch somebody or kick somebody or get him out of the field or, and do unwanted things. No, that is no. Even the coaches should know to play within the rules and not to let the boys get into that trend of win at any cost. No, that is. Will to win is there for all of us, any sport. But definitely, Dilshad, not at any cost. I do not agree. I don't know. Some people may agree, but not me.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Saranapala. I think that message was not only pertaining to rugby players, but for life in all, I think, overall life lesson. Because winning at any cost is not the way to go. Everybody has the will to win a match in life, but you should respect everybody that is around you and play by the rules to go ahead in life. And also you mentioned another important point about the mental strength. I think that is something a few people talk about, and that is a very good point, because it's not only the physical strength, you also have to have the mental strength to go ahead in life or to play any sport. So that is, those two, I think, are very good points that you have given the audience and the young rugby players as well.
Thank you.
So it has been a pure pleasure to be here with you, to be with a trailblazer, I think, and a legend. So thank you very much. So going down memory lane with you has been very inspiring. So thank you very much for being with us. And I'm pretty sure with the vast knowledge that you have, Candy Times will definitely be back with you in a different interview, maybe as an educator and what you think of as a coach. So thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, audience, for being with us. Comment your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe us. That will support us. Thank you again.